Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe, and please leave me your comments. All the rest of it down below. Today I'm going to talk about a man who shall remain nameless, other than his first name. Don't want to give him any publicity, you see, because believe this or not, this young man has been boasting that one day you will see me on the news, because he intends to kill somebody. His name, for the purpose of this broadcast, will be Nathan SHITBAG. Right. But he is a teenage terrorist. Recently imprisoned in Feltham Young Offenders Unit. He was sentenced to 7 years in 2024 for plotting an attack on the Isle of Wight festival. And during his time in Feltham Young Offenders Unit, he instituted, believe this or not, 18 separate attacks on prison staff. And during those 18 attacks, 10 of those attacks involved him using an improvised weapon or a shank to stab prison officers. So he's actually stabbed 10 prison officers. It's hard to believe that this man will be in any condition to stab more than one prison officer, because in my time in the prisons, you attacked staff, then it was a case of, welcome to hell, good buddy. You bought the ticket. Step right this way. Now I'd like to introduce you to the school bully. But times change, and this particular teenage terrorist is no longer in Feltham Young Offenders Unit. No, despite the fact that he got 7 years for plotting an attack on the Isle of Wight festival. He is now in a National Health mental institution, a mental health unit, where I believe they've got sports facilities, they've got games facilities, they've got snooker, billiards, pool, they've got television, they've got Xboxes. They're going to rehabilitate him. Except Nathan SHITBAG don't want to be rehabilitated. He wants to see himself on the news. Well, there is one way to get him on the news I can think of. Just for once. Just a brief mention. But that's not going to happen, is it? So what's going to happen? Well, the prison system don't know what to do with somebody like that. Apparently, Nathan SHITBAG is a convert to a specific form of religious belief that doesn't involve anybody with a cross. No, doesn't. But he's converted to this particular religious belief and become extremely radicalised. And he still remains a teenage terrorist, although he's now 18. He was 15 at the time that Nathan SHITBAG was committing his plot, working on an attack at the Isle of Wight festival. You can imagine an attack at the Isle of Wight festival. There's 100,000 people there. What next? Well, apparently the prison service couldn't do anything with him. Stabbed 10 prison officers, and Nathan SHITBAG is now playing games and being effectively, nicely rehabilitated. Yeah, by the National Health Service in a mental health unit. Yep. Except he isn't. All he'll be doing is playing the system until he gets out, and then he can have his moment in the news. Well, if he really wanted his moment in the news, I'm sure it can be arranged. But we don't have that facility anymore, do we? Times have changed. That's today's little rant, and I'd like to thank Larry the Goat Herd for providing me with that link, which was featured in the Daily Mail, by the way. It's a song dinger, and Larry has provided me with a little song. I think you should hear this. It's something he's recorded. I'll sing myself after this, so don't think you're going to escape.
There's a man down in Rotherham Way with his goat by his side every day. Things were quiet, things were fine, till we heard that warning sign. Now we're packing what we need, got to follow where it leads. When the dinger rings, we know it's time to go. Larry and his goat, they're running from the show, up into the hills where the air runs clean, away from all the noise, away from the scene. When the dinger rings, ring, ring, time to disappear. Ring, ring, we won't stay here. John's got his voice,
Woohoo!
and he's letting it fly. The songs ain't meant for every ear to try. That old goat, he knows the sound, means it's time to leave this town. Now we're heading for the ridge, crossing every country bridge. When the dinger rings, know it's time to go. Larry and his goat, they're running from the show, up into the hills where the air runs clean, away from all the noise, the scene. When the dinger rings, ring, 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 time to disappear. Ring, 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 we won't stay here, won't stay here. Sometimes you gotta know when enough's enough. When the world gets loud, when the going gets rough, Larry's got his friend, I've got my way, living for another peaceful day. When the dinger rings, we know it's time to go. Larry and his goat, they're running from the show, up into the hills where the air runs clean, away from all the noise, away from the scene. When the dinger rings, ring, ring, time to disappear. Ring, 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 we won't stay here, we won't stay here. Ring, ring, when the dinger rings.
That was very kindly sent to me by Larry the Goat Herd from Rotherham. And thank you very much for that, Larry. Very thoughtful of you, I'm sure. When the dinger rings. Well, believe it or not, the dinger has rung. And I am now going to sing you a song. This is originally by Hoagie Carmichael, written by Hoagie Carmichael. It's Stardust. Sometimes I wonder how I spend the lonely nights, dreaming of a song. The melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you. When our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration, but that was long ago, and now my consolation is in the stardust of a song beside the garden wall. When stars are bright, you are in my arms. The nightingale tells his fairy tale of paradise where roses grew. Though I dream in vain, in my heart it will remain my stardust melody, the memory of love's refrain. There you go. Stardust, originally sung, written and performed by none other than Hoagie Carmichael, and that was my version. And I think we need an opinion on that. Have we got an opinion on that? What do you think, Mr. Goat? That's it, folks. Tales from the Jails. John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe.